Whoop, whoop.
What's good, everybody?
Hey.
What's up? Hope everybody is doing well.
Mm-hmm.
Just let us know if you can see us as soon. I know there's like a delay, so whenever these things start. So
yeah, let me see this. Yeah. And shout out to Plex, because we were talking last night about The Expanse, and we just all need to start a book club. I'm just gonna throw that out there.
Yeah, I think we should. I think
because I definitely
think we should.
Yeah. Tomorrow, I think I'm going to buy the books, and then I'm going to take a nap after the stream because I ain't slept yet, and then I'm going to finish watching it because I don't want to watch it while I'm sleepy because I need to pick up on things, you know.
Yeah, let me tell you, I finished. They see your glow up. They see your glow up.
Yeah, your girl tried, okay? Major girl, I tried, okay? I tried. Don't worry about the eyebrows, okay? We still under quarantine, okay? I'm trying. Look, y'all, I'm trying, okay? I was like, this is a serious topic. You might need to be on the fad, do something, girl. So I was like, all right, let me go, blah. Y'all was struggling. I'm gonna lie to you. I was like,
I know that struggle. Let me shout out everybody in the chat. Everybody who came in the chat. Spots, Moni, Aaron Water, Sam. What's up, my girl? Human. AU. Hey, how you doing? Phil, Peter, Plexi, Linda. Hey, Major. I'm so glad that you guys, were able to take the time out of your day to come and be with us on this live chat. AK and Lady D are going to be joining us in like a few minutes. But T and I decided to just go ahead and start. I didn't realize that talking about The Expanse was about to start a movement, but I was just so excited, and I want everybody to be excited with me.
Look, before we get into this all serious shit, can y'all help me get Monero to just dive into that shit? Because I swear she could take over that with her thoughtful videos and details, maybe the history of that shit. I mean, y'all literally hyped this shit up, and I started watching. I was like, all right. And I feel like I get why y'all say if you like Game of Thrones, you would like this. It has nothing to do with Game of Thrones, but if in Game of Thrones you like the political stuff and the backstabbing behind the scenes, I feel like this show you're gonna dig it. And I still haven't picked what faction I want to be in, because I don't trust Earthers, and after that second episode, I don't necessarily trust the Mars or Martians people, and I don't want to be oppressed in the belt. So I'm still hands up, y'all. But y'all got me hyped to watch it. Y'all know when I start getting into shit, I'm like, did y'all see that third scene over there in the corner when he blinked twice? What was that about?
Girl, that's why you're gonna definitely need to pay attention, because there's a lot of stuff going on. Like if you don't pay attention and catch it, because there's always something happening in the background. Always.
Yes. We were just talking about that. I don't like baby girl from Earth who what's her name, Christian or something?
Yeah, her name is Christian.
I don't care for her right now. She can go. Amos, yeah, I dig that, and I kind of like Alex.
Yeah, he's cool. Like with his southern accent, he sounds like he has a Texan accent.
Look, y'all can get me an Alex, okay? I will be okay with that, because everybody want Amos. So I'm like, okay, cool.
I don't want him like that. I just need muscle. Like he is like the perfect muscle guy to have in your crew. Like everybody needs.
Them arms are serious. Them arms are serious. But yeah, I'm just saying, all of y'all need to get on the hype train. Let's all watch Expanse together, have a stream and a good time. Let's read the books. Y'all know I love theories, and I can already tell some shit's going down, and it was only like episode 2, which is weird that I would get into a show after the first episode, because I hate palettes. I'm like, but you know how they got to dump in so much information and stuff. Yeah. So I'm like, but it was like, oh, like they started off being a pro. Like, whoa, what's going on? So enough about that. I'm just saying thank you for putting me on, Beauty Queen, and y'all for hyping it up, and I'm down. So give me like a week or two, and I'm probably going to finish all those seasons. And I'm going to try to read the books too, because I'm just curious now.
Yeah, I went and bought the first 3 books, so I'm probably going to start the first book tomorrow. I'm going to get into reading the first book tomorrow. So yeah, I finished season 3 last night.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I'm starting season 4 today.
Yeah, Beauty Queen. Y'all know what? I'm dubbing Beauty Queen. Look, she is now going to be the one to head us into this big, amazing show called The Expanse. And I can't see anyone else but her doing it. You know, Phil was into it. Dirty D was into it. Plex was hyping it up. So yeah, we all seem to be. I know y'all want that stream. I know, because y'all in here talking about it. So
it's official. We are now the stream that is The Expanse.
Hello.
What up, though?
Hey, Kim.
In the house.
You know, what's I love that she wears that fedora. Oh.
Well, I mean, I wasn't really gonna do like nothing, but I saw T on here with her pretty little bun, and she got the earrings popping. I had to put a little something on, trying to stand out a little bit.
T is like glowed up.
In my defense, I thought a Beauty Queen was about to show out, and I was like, all right, now.
Nah, she said she was gonna be faceless.
I didn't know until like after I did my makeup. So I was like, oh. But like y'all know, Beauty Queen, she like just pop up on here, give you sexy librarian vibes, and you like, red lips, purple lips, do it for me. So like I was like, oh, I better try. And then I knew my girl Major's gonna be here. She was like, baby girl, you gotta get shit together. And I'm like, all right, I'm trying for you. I'm trying. So.
All right, Ayo. I was telling the ladies I needed to make a public service announcement. So let me take just 5 minutes. 5 quick minutes.
Go ahead.
JD had put out a video and said some things last night. I believe is when it went out. I didn't see it until earlier this morning. So in response to that, Teflon, I'm sure some of y'all saw, he put out a response to that as well. I don't know how my name got mixed up into the whole fray, but me and JD have already talked about this. He realizes he's a hothead, and my name did not need to be mentioned. So, Tone, if you see this, I don't know why he felt the way he felt or how it got to that situation, but I had nothing to do with it. I don't know why my name was in there. So just so you know, all respect across the board.
If you got beef with somebody, even if it's not beef and you just got an issue,
right?
Go into like the private conversation. We've been cool with each other for years. Like, don't You don't have to. I haven't seen either one of the videos, so I don't know what's going on. But look, if we got beef with each other, or even if it's just a slight issue, go into the DM.
Handle that shit behind the scenes. And that's exactly what I told JD. Like, he might watch this later, or he might be seeing it now. But he said what he said is he wasn't trying to be a dick. I said, bro, that was a dick move. You didn't need to put it in the chat. You could have sent him a message. That's it, plain and simple. Yeah. So I mean, they will have to work that out. They will have to work that out. I'm not gonna get into all the schematics or whatever. I'm just saying my name got put in it. I didn't have shit to do with it. That's where that lies. And I've already messaged Tony. Hopefully he sees and he knows me well enough to know that I'm just not that type of person.
Now don't y'all go
that's where it is.
My AK. I will turn this bitch out. Do not fuck with my AK, y'all. Don't fuck with my AK. Don't fuck with my beauty queen. Don't fuck with my conspiracy twin. Okay? Okay.
That's how it is. Speaking of the conspiracy twin, Lady Diligence done snuck up in the spot.
I sure as hell did and started putting Vaseline on my face like, what's going on? Started putting the hair up. What happened? I just started. I was like, wait, but who we fighting? What happened?
Yo, Santavia, you know how I do. You know how I do. I don't let shit like that fly. You know.
Okay. Well,
but yeah, let's get off of that, man. Let's get into. I know we got a serious subject coming up, but again, like T said, before we get to that, let's get a little bit of nice wholesomeness coming in. I love y'all, ladies. I really do. I hope y'all know how much I've missed y'all. Seriously. And I love that we've been streaming heavy these past couple weeks. It's just so good to be out here chatting with y'all. And the chat room, always good to hang with y'all in any occasion. But I love when we're all here together. So yeah, that's where I'm at. And I'm hungry. I might have to pop off for a second, go make some breakfast.
Ooh, sound like second.
I'm gonna have to. Is it first breakfast or second breakfast?
No, it's actually first breakfast because I just woke up not too long ago, about an hour or so ago.
Oh, AK. Also, before we get serious, you got to get into the Expanse, baby girl, conspiracy twin. You got to get into it.
I've been here. Is this the next thing that we need to cover as a group?
Yep, that's what we need to do.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Yes.
I'm here for it.
What is this on?
When I tell you this is our lane, this is our fucking lane. People backstabbing each other, going down. We don't know what's up. Oppressed people battling each other over some water.
Oh,
you need to see it.
Okay, Lady B,
have you? Two, and I still got 40.
B, have you seen Dune or read any of the Dune books?
No, I need to read it.
Okay, Dune is basically like epic level space Game of Thrones shit. The Expanse, let's say if the Avengers and the Guardians of the Galaxy are handling all the intergalactic stuff, like that's Dune. But if you want to come down with
like Shield,
the Defenders and Shield, they're handling the Earth level curriculum. That's where the Expanse sits. Like they're also they are also space Game of Thrones, but just not to the high level that Dune is.
All right, what channel is this? Netflix, Hulu, what is this on?
It's on Prime.
Amazon Prime.
Okay, I have that. All right, I'll check it out. Let me know, when are we going to start doing this? Like, do I have to binge watch?
Yeah, we need to. We'll need to set dates on all that stuff.
Well, I just so happened
you did season 1, right?
I just happened to put up that I wanted to do a talk about season 1 because I didn't expect anybody to really care about it, but I just was like, yeah, I want to talk about it because my sister put me onto it, and then I watched it and I got into it, and I was like, I want to talk about it. I didn't expect that there was a lot of people that cared about it. So.
I've been hearing about it for a while. I just haven't had a chance to watch it yet.
So I was like, cool.
Well, now you must watch it. So yeah, I'm dubbing and nominating that Beauty Queen leads us on this one. This is so her lane, and I'm gonna follow her ass too.
I'm here for it. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna find the books. Like when we get off stream later this afternoon, I'm gonna find the books and download them, and then I'm gonna check out. How many seasons do we have?
I'm on season
I
4. I think it's like five
seasons out right now. Okay. Ion John said coming soon. Mad Space Queens. Yes. We are doing this.
I love that. All right, ladies, let's get back to what we really came here for, because I feel like we can go off on that.
Yeah. All right, let go. Yeah. Go ahead, start us off, Lady Monero.
The main reason why I wanted to do this stream is because, frankly, I just wanted to get some things off of my chest, right? And I had this conversation with T Baby, just a really like offhand, just like an informal conversation. And I was like, you know what? I want to do a stream and I want to get this off my chest because there's a lot going on in the United States right now. And I don't know if I'm even going to keep this stream after it's done. I might make it private. I'm not sure yet because, YouTube be acting kind of funky. Anyways, and I want to talk about it from our perspective as Black women in America, because a lot of things are happening to Black people in general, whether you're African American, whether you're a first generation immigrant, or if you're from the African continent diaspora, all of us are suffering in some way, shape, or form because we seem to be getting the short end of the stick. And my thing is, when you do something to somebody, you can't tell them how angry to be. You can't tell them how they should react. Okay? Especially if you do the same thing to that person over and over again. Even if after they've told you, you know what you did, I didn't like it. It makes me angry. I didn't like it. It hurts my feelings. I didn't like it because it's causing me stress. Put whatever you want to put in it, right? But you keep repeating the same behavior. At some point, that person's going to get upset enough, and it's like a ticking time bomb. Eventually that bomb is going to explode if you keep fiddling with it. We have a system of laws. We have a system of rules. Even though when the founding fathers, they created this country and they created the Constitution, Blacks were not considered a full human being. As time has gone on through civil rights, and I say this specifically for Black Americans because they are the ones that were on the front lines fighting. A system of amendments were added to the Constitution that was supposed to protect those rights, that gave us equal rights. But even them giving us equal rights, or we attaining equal rights, right? And we are following the laws of the land. We are doing our part. We are being good citizens. Yet and still, we're still the ones that are suffering the most for it. And at some point, something's got to give. Laws are constantly being introduced and passed that are constantly giving us the short end of the stick. They're oppressing us day after day. Day after day, laws are being passed that oppress us further and doesn't even help us to attain the equal opportunities or the equal rights that we have earned by being here in this country. And a lot of what I am seeing, to me, is justified. Now, do I justify people looting and destroying businesses? No, I don't. I don't condone that. But sometimes these things happen because these things happening are probably the only way that those people that we elect to represent us to listen. You can come back and say, oh, you shouldn't do this. Oh, you shouldn't, we need to be bigger. We need to be better than that. That doesn't work. It doesn't work to be better. It doesn't work to be the bigger person. It doesn't work for me to say, you know what, I'm going to turn the other cheek. Let me tell you something. Jesus, as much as he was the person that turned the other cheek, what they don't tell you about was Jesus was a gangster. He walked inside of a church and turned over tables and cussed all of them people that was in the church out. They don't tell you that story about Jesus, okay? They don't tell you the story about how he used to curse the Pharisees out. They don't tell you that part about Jesus, okay? I get it, right? If all of this that's happening is scaring you, unfortunately, I'm sorry that it scares you, but for me, it's like it was bound to happen. It was just a moment in time that was gonna happen, and sometimes it needs to happen in order for people to pay attention. If you look at history, in the history of our world, from Europe to the United States, every time there was major change, a revolution came first. From the Gauls starting a revolution against the Romans, right? From the French starting a revolution against their oppressive government. Every time any major change occurs a revolution had to start. Even the forming of the United States as its own country started with a revolution. Blacks attaining their freedom started with a revolution. A revolution is not meant to be pretty. It's not meant to be comfortable. It's not meant to be kumbaya. That's not what a revolution is. It's hard to watch and it's scary. I get it. But sometimes these things have to happen in order for us to really see change. And then I'm going to stop right now before I ramble on and probably get in my feelings. Lady D, I'm going to let you go first.
You're muted, B.
Muted because the man don't want me to be great. Of course I'm muted. So, I mean, I think that realistically speaking, if you have been, following the Mad Queens at all for any length of time, you probably know, like, if we got to go on the spectrum here, I'm probably about as far left as anybody else. Like, whatever, call it what you want, whatever, they watch me, it is what it is. To Monaro's point about the systematic oppression of Blacks in America and really globally, since the advent of transatlantic slavery, like, just to put it in perspective for everybody, because I don't want to teach a whole class here, 1865 supposedly was the end of slavery. 1965, 100 years later, my people got the right to vote concretely, because we had the right, but now you had to guarantee us the right to vote with the Civil Rights Amendment, the Voting Rights Act, right? So that's in the 60s. 22 years later, I was born. So let's think about that. Like, I think people try to sit there and think that all this stuff happened so long ago, all this stuff still happened so long ago. No, actually, my grandmother was born in the 30s. My great-grandmother was born in 1899, which means my great-great-grandmother was a slave. Like, it's not that far back. And just like, there's people like us out here pushing for equal rights, there are people out here who are the descendants of slave owners and the descendants of people who maybe didn't own slaves but were coming up in that time, or people who were doing a lot better when things were a lot less fair. And those people are not happy about things becoming equal. And so I just think that at a certain point, people are going to get tired of being sick and tired of being sick and tired of being sick and tired, right? And when they're tired of being sick and tired of being tired of being sick and tired of being tired of sick and tired, they have to do something else. Marching and praying and singing and holding hands is not going to get us where we need to. Nowhere, just like I said, nowhere in the history of the world, except for you call it the Glorious Revolution, but whatever, I got some notes on that. But there's nowhere in the world where people have been able to throw off the shackles of oppression without some sort of armed conflict, as a matter of fact. So the fact that we're just walking through the streets right now and yelling and screaming and there's some rioting, like, let's be serious. Like, we've seen white people riot from a freaking Buckeyes game that goes wrong. Like, oh my God, my team lost, and they riot, and that's not a problem.
Child, the stories I could tell you about that shit.
I mean, come on. Like, we've all seen it on you. We've all seen this, but we're literally like, you're looking at Black and brown people like, how could you be so angry that you had to watch somebody be executed? But we're literally watching ourselves be executed on TV day after day after day after day after day after day, and then saying like, hey, this is happening to us, and bringing you the data points and showing you what's going on, and it's still being ignored. So I don't want to ramble either, but I will say that the United States needs to stop, take a minute, and look at the recommendations from the UN and implement those recommendations from the UN as far as the Black community is concerned. That's all I'm going to say, because at the end of the day, people are tired of being sick and tired, and this motherfucker's going to burn.
Thank you, Lady D. T-Bay, you want to chime in?
Yeah, so like I said, I've been talking about this with the ladies for a few days, and one thing that I feel, how can I, you know what, I might hurt people's feelings. I don't want to, but it is what it is. I think that we got to stop saying this shit like all lives matter. Y'all don't even believe that shit yourselves, because they constantly see us getting killed over and over and over again. And then when you hear someone says Black Lives Matter, your response is all lives matter. But if all lives matter, why aren't you upset seeing that shit? Like, that shit is so fucking heartbreaking. And just to be a Black woman, to see like someone that look like your father, your brother, your uncle, your cousins, you know, your nephews, your son, and have to live with that fear that you got to instill in your kids and men in your family to be extra careful. Like, literally, we always are saying be safe. Like, a lot of people are now saying be safe because of the virus, but we've been saying like be safe when we leave each other, because there's always a high probability that might be the last time we see each other. And we shouldn't even have to live like that. But that's so fucking normal for us. Like, it pisses me off when I see people say, well, they shouldn't riot and they should be peaceful. Y'all don't listen to that shit. When we tried to kneel at a fucking football game, y'all started burning fucking jerseys. Like, y'all, it's cool for, you know, racist people to burn shit, but if we burn shit, it's an issue. Like, that don't make no fucking sense, how it's okay to riot because your team lost, but it's not okay to riot because we're fed up. Like, you know, it's like the straw that broke the camel's back, because they keep saying like, you know, oh, you know, this was self-defense and all that. Your man had his hands in his fucking pockets. He wasn't scared. You had like 2 other officers behind the car holding him down. And you had one saying don't do fucking drugs. Like, they just joking about it, and they know they're gonna get off with it. And then the sad part about it is that it's gonna die down, because we're gonna think that shit's gonna change because he got arrested. But that's how it always is he gets arrested, and then y'all say, okay, and we die down. Then we hear, oh, he getting off again. And then it's back to the same thing. You keep pushing people into a corner, they are going to fucking fight. And then even in the riots, the shit that I'm seeing from these cops is pathetic. Like, how can you truly be an officer of the law and don't stand your ground, say what you're doing is fucking wrong? You know who I applaud? The police people in Miami. Those pictures I saw, them cops kneeled with the protesters because they like, what's going on is wrong. And the sad thing about it is, if we don't fucking change, you're going to see way more people die. And I mean, you know what? Fuck it if I scare you. That's what is going to happen. What's going to happen is you're going to have so many people that don't trust police that they're going to fight back. I've seen so many cops so far getting their ass beat in these riots.
Please.
And it's like you feel bad, but then not that bad, because it's like you wasn't standing up for when they was doing it to other people, and yet you want people to feel sympathy for you. Like, if you're that fucking scared of Black people, don't be a fucking cop. Go to church if you're that fucking scared. But what's pissing me off, what keeps pissing me off is like, it don't never change. And then all you keep saying, well, this is the wrong way to protest. This is the wrong way to protest. There is no fucking right way to protest. Protest is supposed to shake shit up, because when we tell you formally, this is happening, this is happening, this is happening. This ain't like something that's just all recently. It's just that it's being filmed now. And you're seeing it. And now it's gone to not even them trying to get away from the camera. They looking right at the fucking camera because they don't care. They know they getting off. You know, that man had like 12 prior incidents where he killed other people already. This is what happens when you let those people go. Those stories, when those men get off, they keep doing it. They just go to another fucking county. So let me let everybody else speak. But I'm just saying, like, I'm with them. Like, I get mad about it, then I get sad, then I get mad, then I get sad, because it's like, you seeing like that man's face. He lives in my neighborhood. He's my cousin. Like, to see that face, and then like, wait, can you imagine? You Black in America, you got this fucking coronavirus to deal with, where it's actually taking more Black people than anybody, and then we got to turn around and still watch our backs with the cops. And it's like, you think it's bad with Black men? Like, what about us Black women? Like, we're so underappreciated in this fucking country. It's ridiculous. They look down on us, they abuse us, and then put us in a position where we can't even help our fellow Black men, because if we jump in it, we might just die right there with them. Like, that shouldn't be a way you live. And I don't even know how it feels. And I hope Beauty Queen talks about it, but to serve your fucking country only to come back to this bullshit. Like, really? Like, that's what it is. And then don't let me start on your fucking president, that goofy motherfucker. If you support him, like, don't even say it in the chat because I'm gonna go off on your ass. All I'm saying is that I don't even know what to say. I'm so over this shit, and I don't feel bad that they burned that precinct up, because it's like nobody was doing their fucking job anyway. Build that shit back up. Put real people who legitimately want to protect their city, and if you don't, you're gonna find a lot of more dead people, and that's the saddest thing about it. Y'all, you go ahead, AK.
She ain't lying.
Yes, AK, go ahead.
Yeah, that's all of the facts. And you know, I want to give attention to what some of the folks in the chat room are saying as well. Phil has put some good thoughts up. Plexi, y'all know Plexi always got some good shit to say. That's why I love always chatting with her. And Chrissy, all putting up good stuff in the chat. So please, you know, let's continue the conversation over there as well while we're listening to me and the ladies here. So Colin Kaepernick, people had a whole ass fucking conniption about this man taking a knee to protest the violence against the Black community from police officers. And how did that get spun? They started saying, oh, well, he's going against the military, and you know, he's going against what the flag actually stands for, and blah, 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 blah. Do y'all know Colin got the idea to kneel from a veteran? He wanted to find a way that would be respectful. And the veteran that he spoke to told him, just take a knee. It stands out because you're not sitting down, so it's not disrespectful. You're making a protest, a very peaceful, respectful protest against a thing that you don't like, a thing that is absolutely not right at all. But everyone still wants to, you know, put their own little spin on it, talking about how he hates the military, and he, you know, him kneeling is disrespectful because of what the rights that the military fought for us to have. No. Again, don't believe everything that you see on the interwebs or even in the news. Please do your own research always, and find out the actual facts about situations. Okay, people went so far as to make a whole damn thing about them burning their Nikes and all their night gear and all that when Nike said, you know, fuck the dumps and shit, you know, we're gonna give Colin a small well, it's not small, but we're gonna give Colin a platform to put his name out there even further, to speak his truth. And you I'm sure none of y'all did this. I'm just speaking. You idiots out there, you went and burned all your Nike gear. Do you think that affected their sales at all? You already spent the money on that shit. What are you doing? What are you doing? That's honestly the question that I can ask across the whole board for all of this shit that's going down. What are you doing? There was an officer, I cannot remember the man's name. It was only about a week or two ago. I watched a video where he was speaking to his fellow officers. White guy, stand-up dude, you know, great track record in doing his job as far as everything that I found. And he called every last one of these racist, bigoted assholes out. You know, they fired that man. One cop that was trying to stand up and actually say, no, there needs to be a fucking change. I need y'all to stand up with me so we can actually show people that it's not all police that are doing this. We need to come together and truly protect the community that we're here to serve. They fired this man. But you got motherfuckers that arrest people, already have them on the ground, no resistance, hands behind his fucking back, already in cuffs. You feel the need to put your knee on the back of this man's neck for no fucking reason at all. And how many times did the man try to say he was in distress, that he couldn't breathe? And then when he stopped responding, they were just like, well, see, he's all right. He's all right. Oh no, if he's saying he can't breathe, he's talking, then you can't talk if you can't breathe, if you're breathing and whatnot. No. No, it doesn't fucking work that way. You know what? There's a few different channels that I watch, and one of them is run by an ex-convict, and he talks about, you know, the system and how his experiences in there. One of the things he does, he has an outreach program to where he finds folks that are coming out that have absolutely nowhere to go and might need help, and he tries to help them along. One of the guys that he had on there told a story of when he would have to go. It's the transport of how the prisoners were is you can either come out of your cell by yourself, or the guards will have to go in there and get you. He would always protest because, you know, the reasons they were trying to pull him out were always bogus. Basically, they were just, you know, around fucking these guys up for no damn reason, just because they were locked up and because they could get away with it. But there was one guard in particular that he said everybody knew that when you saw that guy outside your door, you do not fight, you don't do shit, you walk the fuck out because you don't want to die. That was basically like their quote unquote executioner. There's a way that he would hold you down by the back of your neck, specifically put pressure in one place to snap if they decided that they were done with you. So all the times he said that he had to go, he had to go out. He wouldn't be, you know, outright fighting, but he wouldn't, you know, take no random nonsense that they were trying to throw at him. Except for when this dude came to the door. Like, they have specific people that do this. Like when was it Eric Gardner, I think? When you saw the video footage on that, the motherfucker that did it was sitting there laughing as this man was laying on the ground dead in a chokehold that is illegal, that he has supposedly gotten reprimanded for using multiple times before. But then we get to this situation and the shit is still happening. Keep telling people, you know, the civil rights movement was happening in the 60s. That wasn't that fucking long ago. That wasn't that long ago. And it is 2020 and we are still fucking here. Why are we still here? This is why, like, when y'all always hear me say jokingly, I'm done with Earth. If the aliens invade, I'm fucking helping them and I'm getting the fuck out of here. I mean that shit, because what the fuck is happening right now? Why is the world so hard? Why is it so hard for people to get along? You know what? You don't even really have to get along. You can just be respectful to other people and let them go about living their lives just like you want to live your life, peacefully and safe. It doesn't have to be any of this shit. But here we are in what's supposed to be the, you know, greatest place to live on Earth, where with all the opportunities and all that other fuck shit. But, you know, what the fuck do I know? I'm just a kid from Brooklyn.
You know a lot. You know a lot, AK. You know a lot.
That was so New York. That was so New York of you. What am I? Just a kid from Brooklyn.
You know a lot. Let me say, I served 24 years in the United States Navy. I joined the Navy when I was 23. And a lot of people, this is going to be a fun fact about me. At the time when I joined the Navy, I didn't have a job, you know, and I didn't really know what I wanted to do. My family at the time was pushing me. Well, my grandmother and my aunt at the time were pushing me to do nursing. I had got my LPN. I worked in a hospital, and I knew that that's not what I wanted to do with my life, right? But if you have ever been in the Caribbean culture, I can't speak for the Black American experience, but in the Caribbean culture, especially in the Haitian culture, there's 5 different wow, my words are escaping me, but there are 5 different professions that you should be entering in order for you to be considered that, you know, considered that you've made it in life. And so the medical field happens to be one of them. And I went against the grain and I joined the military. Now, prior to that, I had gotten into some trouble and I was actually on probation at the time that I joined the Navy. And so they waived it and expunged my record when I joined. And from the time that I joined the Navy, I was like on the straight and narrow. Like I wouldn't break any rules to save my life. That's how serious I took that commitment that I made the moment that I raised my hand and took that oath. I had been in places that I never imagined that I would be in. I had been in positions that I never thought that I would be in. Many a times I had been scared that I would never make it home. And I never said that. And you come back to a country that still looks at me like I ain't worth shit. And I could laugh and I could joke around and I could make lighthearted comments. But I know every day when I walk out that door, it doesn't matter that I served, because I'm still looked at as even worse than a second-class citizen. And I still have to prove myself that I am worth a good goddamn to be here. And so all my life, you can be better than that. You should be better than that. You know, don't go down to that level. Don't stoop down to that level. You know, I understand what it feels to have a proverbial knee on your neck. It's like you're having the air sucked out of you and you just want some relief. You just want to be able to just wake up one day and just not have to worry about dealing with the bullshit. You can go into, I can't speak for every Black person, but I'm sure there are some Black people who probably feel the same way. You go into a space and you feel the need that you have to stifle yourself just so that you can make it through the day. Like you can't really complain. And if you complain, all of a sudden you're a troublemaker. But if somebody else complains, then, you know, oh, maybe we might want to look into that. You know, maybe there might be some sort of issue of concern. But if I complain, I'm just being a troublemaker, even though my complaint is legitimate. Now, I may not be the most tactful person in the world, but I'm not a person that doesn't mince my words. I speak straight. I don't speak, I don't speak around the bush. I talk straight. If this is bullshit, I'm going to tell you, this is bullshit. You might not like my delivery, but it doesn't mean what I said, nonetheless, doesn't have any value. We all have our own language that we speak. Any true leader will tell you that you have to get to know your people so that you can meet them where they are. And we do not have that type of leadership in this country. Because we live in a capitalist country, it's mostly about those that are in power, that have the money and the assets to control and manipulate it. And they don't want to see anybody else get ahead. So what they do, they create laws that are specifically designed to keep groups of people underfoot. And even those that are actually that suffer under those same laws feel that they are still a little bit higher than you. I'm okay with I know this probably doesn't sound like the right thing to say, but I don't really care about the looting. We need a revolution in this country. We need it. It's sad. I get it. It's scary. I get it. You don't want it to happen. I get it. But that's what needs to happen in order for them to pay attention. It's the only way people pay attention. It's the only way that people who are in power pay attention. Does it mean that there are going to be a lot of people who suffer? Yes. Does that mean death? Yes. This is like, it's like a war of survival. There are going to be generations coming in after. And Lady D made a great point. It wasn't that long ago that slaves were freed. It wasn't. It wasn't that long ago that Black people were given the right to vote. And that right to vote is an amendment. It's not even, and they have to vote on that all the time to keep it in place. For those of you who don't know, it's not something that's written and etched in stone forever. And they can at any time amend that amendment. It's so important for you to vote in your local governments. It's so important for you to pay attention who your city councilors are, because they are the ones that are making the rules that affect your everyday life. How much taxes you pay, where your child gets to go to school, whether your child gets school lunch or not. Those are the people that you need to be paying attention. Yes, we have a president. Yes, we have a federal government. But you need to be paying attention what's going on at your state level, your state and local level. Because guaranteed, they can always deflect and say, well, it's the president. But a lot of times, it's them too. Who's your mayor? Who is your police commissioner? Do you know what laws they have? What are the local laws in place for minor offenses? What is considered a minor offense? What is the playbook that the local enforcement in your town, what are the rules? What are they allowed to do, or what are they not allowed to do? When was the last time you were at a town hall? And I'm not saying that to shame anyone, but this is where a lot of the laws are being made and they're being discussed. You ever wonder when you look at and you see a council member and you're like, how long has this person been there? How come they're still there? Because they always run unopposed. Why? Because nobody pays attention to local elections. And they've been there for years. And you have people that have been there for years who are outdated with old thinking, still making the rules that you have to live by.
Monero, if I could jump in for a sec real quick. And I'm tagging on to what Monero was just saying to express how important that is. I work for my county's Board of Commissioners. You have to pay attention to things that are happening at the ground level, because a lot of things, and I commend my commissioners, all three of them. I think we have like 2 Democrats and 1 Republican, maybe. I might have to go double check that. But either way, they're 3 good people, is what I've learned. And they've made many resolutions that have gotten, upvoted into the laws of our county and how we run things in the city. They specifically made it known that hate crimes are going to be processed to the fullest extent of the law. We don't do that fuck shit here. If you get caught doing it, then you're not always going to be able to be safe just because you got a badge. We that's something that they have cracked down on a lot and are still working on it. They made sure that LGBT families, that when we go to hospitals, we can actually go and see our loved ones, and we don't get that fuck shit. Oh, well, you're not blood relatives, so you can't go in, or because you're not legally married by law, you're not considered family. No, they don't fuck with that type of mentality at all. They made sure that everyone can go and take care of their loved ones in any time of need. They made sure that we could have health insurance in the LGBT community, because again, that's the same thing. If you're not married, man or woman, in most places, you can't get health insurance for your whole family. And I don't understand why it's like that. It's dumb. They make sure that when it comes to issues of race, if something is wrong, they stand up and they address it, and they make sure it's known where they stand. So you have to pay attention to your commissioners, your city council, to know who these people are, and if you really actually want to vote them, and have them be the ones making decisions in your life. And I'm gonna shut the fuck up now because of this beautiful ass face that just came on the screen. Let me mute. Look,
Wait a minute. See, this is why you can't just show up just looking like any fucking thing. Look, I was worried because Beauty Queen be showing out. She be like silent with her shit. And my motherfucking Twitter might have to call her beauty shop or something like, what? Look, what? Y'all see that? Melon popping, the waves going, girls. Stop, y'all.
I'm like, wait, man, I feel like I need to go change my clothes right now. I don't feel right being here.
And nap time is like, it's actually happening. So I'm here in the living room now, so I can turn my camera on. So I was trying to earlier, it wasn't working out.
But my twin looking yummy over there.
Ew. Thank you. Back to throwing off the chains of oppression.
No, I mean, you guys get out there and vote. Please, please don't ever take it for granted. I mean, and I know a lot of people that will go and do dumb shit. Like they'll go in and just vote for some random ass person just to see what the hell can happen. Like, please don't waste your right to choose to do dumb pranks and shit like that. Please don't. Please pay attention and know who you're voting for. When it comes to even the judges that are in your courts in your cities, like Monero was saying, why are people here for like 40, 50 plus years? Because a lot of people don't think to go and that they might have a chance to be better or do something else other than the people that are there. Some of these judges are also in that old school fucked up frame of mind, and that it hurts a lot. The whole judicial system, all of that shit needs a vast overhaul. But any one or two judges, and there are some good people out there that are in the trenches trying to do what they can, but people can't do it alone. So please pay attention when these votes come up. Go and research and look at what these people have done. And if it's someone that you can help get out of office, get them the hell out of there. Please just pay attention.
One thing I want. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No, go ahead, B. No, you.
Okay, so I agree with what you guys are saying, Nara and AK. Again, it is what it is. This is. I agree to a point, right? Here's the thing about voting down ballot and why you're going to see so much like apathy, especially from the Black community with voting down ballot. We have tried that. We've tried that over and over and over and over again, and our communities got burnt. Our people were killed. Our people were lynched. You can look at Rosewood. You can look at Tulsa. You can look at Chicago over and over and over. You can look at the MOVE bombing. We have tried to do things where we try to vote down ballot or take things and to try to do it on our own. So I'm not saying that it's impossible for us to affect change that way, because it is very possible. But I think that, again, we are people who are born within 20 or so years of people who look like us getting a concrete right to vote in this country, realistically. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just trying to frame that. I think that expecting people to drop the mindset of, okay, going to go vote is bad because I could possibly lose my life, my livelihood, my family, right? You go vote in the 60s, they burn down your home. They rape your daughter. They burn down your church. They bomb your church. They kill your kids. They burn your crops. There's all of these things. So 22 years later, right, your mom has been taught that. So she is not likely to go vote down ballot, even if it's safe or not. It don't matter. all this stuff going on. I was taught that it's scary to go do that. You've gone to college, you're in your 20s, 30s, you're a generation or so removed. You're trying to get people to vote, but you can't understand why the people that you left back at home are doing the same thing that their grandparents are doing. It's generational. They've been taught in order to stay safe, this is the type of thinking that I need to have. Politics does not impact me as a worker, as a permanent underclass person in this country. That's what you've been taught, but it absolutely does impact you. And I think that just saying, okay, we need to get out and we need to vote, we've been pushing that message forever and a day. It's more than getting out and voting. Like, people need to come up with platforms that are going to serve the people that they want votes for. In the event that you want people who have never voted before to come out and vote for you in droves all of a sudden and affect change, you need to do something for them. And I think that the Black community specifically over and over and over again has been very loyal to certain parties or certain things, or have voted down ballot or up at whatever. We've done things and we've not seen the impact that we needed from it. And that is also going to make people more apathetic. Like, I don't care what happens either way, because it's still going to be bad for us. So I think that it's kind of twofold. Yeah, we do need to vote, but at the same time, these people who are running for office need to come out with platforms that speak to the disparities in sentencing, right? If you want to be a police commissioner, talk to the disparities in education. If you want to run for school board, all of those things. If you want us to vote for you, you need to come out with platforms that are going to deeply impact our communities, because our communities are the ones that are suffering the most. So I agree, but I did just want to add that caveat. Like, people need to start putting what's in it for us. Just going out to vote for any old thing is not enough. Like, my ancestors didn't just die for me to be able to put a ballot in to vote for somebody. They died so that I have freedom of choice. I get to choose who I want to vote for. And if you're not giving me something that I want to vote for, then I have every right to choose not to vote at all. And I think that's where a lot of people are as well.
I totally agree with you.
I think. Sorry.
Go ahead, T.
I agree with you. Like, I get it from both sides. Like, I really do think that if anything, the most important thing is research what's going on in your neighborhood. Research these people that are actually, want your vote. And I agree with B, like, just because they're there doesn't mean you have to vote for someone if this person isn't going to benefit you or your neighborhood. And I think that's the problem that we've been facing, and we're definitely facing now, is that we're getting these candidates that aren't really doing anything for us. And so you hear people say, well, choose the lesser of evils, but it's like, you're like saying you could die this way or you could die that way. It's like, well, what's the point of choosing if you're basically getting the same results? So I do understand. The best advice I could say is research. See what's going on in your neighborhood. Are they active in your neighborhood? Do you see these people out and about? Like, it's not just enough to say, oh, this person is presented and they say a few good, nice words. Like, are they really impacting your neighborhood? Because if they're not, then it's no point to give them your vote. So I agree with both of you ladies. But one thing I do want to touch the subject on, because Sam made a good point in a question. And she was saying, as a white person, what should she do to help her Black friends? And we were kind of commenting in the comment section, speak up. Like, if you see, this is one of the main reasons why we don't have trust with police officers, because you can see those bad cops, attacking us, but then at the same time, the so-called good cops that y'all always talk about, they just watching when they speaking up, and you have very few that will actually speak up. Now I'm seeing more cops speak up on it, but it's like, it's because you got pushed back into such a corner that now you forced to actually speak up. So when it comes to white people, speak up on that shit. If it's bothering you seeing that shit, say, like, you shouldn't be doing it. Check your white friends who are saying racist shit, and check your white friends who are always screaming all lives matter. That's like fucking infuriating. I hate that term, all lives matter. It don't fucking all matter, because if it did, you would not have Black Lives Matter. Plain and simple. If all of our lives matter, we wouldn't even be in this fucking position. So my thing is, if you genuinely want to help, see those protests, and not just on the news, like, okay, so I don't really want to advise people to go out there protest just because of the virus. Don't catch that Rona, okay, y'all? But like, the main thing is right, y'all, don't catch that Rona. Like, I'm glad you're supporting me, but if you catch that Rona, you're gonna have to pump your brakes, shorty. But nah, I love y'all. But mainly though, for real, speak up. Like, it's more like, put like this: if we were all chilling, right, just all of us, ladies in here, everybody in the chat. If I saw, I'm gonna just use Sam for example, but I hope this never happens to you. If I see Sam getting stomped out, what type of person would I be if I just sat there and said nothing, did nothing? That's the exact same thing that's happening when you keep saying this shit over and over and you don't say anything. You start to look at people a certain way, like, why aren't you speaking out? Like, if I was to see white people getting humiliated and just violated all the time, saying, I'm gonna say something because it's fucked up. Like, why are you doing this to people? Like, it's abuse of power. Like, they think they put that blue and that badge on and you can't touch them. And it's like, you see people and, oh, I fucking hate Blue Lives Matter. Shut the fuck up, okay? Y'all can suck my dick off of that one. I hate that term. It's just, it's insulting. No matter how you slice it, it is insulting to say that when we're screaming our lives matter because y'all forgot and because no one seems to speak up. It's one thing, you know, in the civil rights movement, you had also white people speaking up for us. Like, you got to do that because it's not just enough to hear our voices. And unfortunately, we will scream, we will holler, we will shout that our lives matter, and it goes in one ear and out the other. But it's so fucking sad that when we start fucking shit up, then all of a sudden now let's pause it. Let's think about this shit. Because the only reason why people are starting to feel certain, because now their businesses are getting fucked up. Now, I'm not like, you can burn up whatever. That's my thing is your money. Your money talk. When you start fucking with people money, then shit get real. And I think that if we don't get this shit taken together, you think this is scary? Wait till people start organized and start really legit dealing with shit. It's not organized yet. That's scary. When you have people that's like, you know what, we're done. We're going to organize some shit so that we can change some shit. That's when it's going to get real scary. And you're going to see, it's so fucking sad. You're going to see so many fucking people die. Not just black people. You're going to see a lot of cops die. You're going to see a lot of white people. You're going to see, if you don't start, if white people don't speak out, everywhere. It's like, if you don't, it's a chain reaction. If you think it's bad, it's us today. It will be poor white people tomorrow. Make no mistake, it's us today. And then it's just, if you have it, you good. And if you don't, you shit out of luck. So don't think that it's, oh, well, it's black people, it ain't my problem. It's going to be your problem soon, because you're going to see a lot of people. You already seeing people fed up. That shit was so fucking evil. Like, to see that, man. And then, you know what really pissed me off about that shit is that when you realize he's dead, his knee is still on his fucking neck. And then when they check his fucking pulse, his knee is still on his fucking neck.
Right. Look what the fuck.
Your hands is in your pocket. And then first, the reason why you saw all these riots is because they were saying there's not enough evidence. It's so fucking sad that we all see it. There are people saying, get off his fucking neck. He can't breathe. You had a bitch who was like a nurse saying, like, you're supposed to check his pulse. Like, just check his pulse, but y'all don't see that. And then I saw the video when it first happened, before he was on the ground. He was complying with y'all. So it's like, what the fuck was the real purpose of you murdering him? Because that's what the fuck you did. You just straight out murdered him. So my thing is, you have to be vocal. You have to be active. You have to stand up and say, this shit just ain't right. Because if you keep ignoring it, it will be at your doorstep months later. You think it's going to end here, but if you don't see change and shit starts to get organized, everyone's in trouble. We already got to deal with this fucking virus. We already got to deal with a stupid ass president. We almost at World 3 at this point. And then to top it off, it's like we're about to be in a civil war again. And it's like I don't want to see nobody else die. And it's like, I don't get why people don't see that if they don't stop this shit, it's only going to get worse. It's not going to get better. You're going to see more. Like, this whole coronavirus. A few weeks ago, every day, I would get a call. Someone I know caught the virus. 4 days later, they dead. Back to back to back in one fucking week. And then you got a few weeks later, and then you see this shit. Come on, like, we all got so much shit to worry about. And now we got to add this. And then you want to degrade us because we want to fight back and we want to speak up for ourselves. Like, what y'all want us to do? Just shut the fuck up and just let it happen. And then what? You see us yelling about it and they still doing whatever. Imagine if we don't say anything and we just keep quiet. Because you feel uncomfortable, but how the fuck do you think we feel? Like, our fathers, our brothers, not coming home anymore. They not coming home. The police officers get to go home and kiss their kids goodbye. Good night. They don't get that. It's just like, come on. Even if y'all don't see color, which that don't say that shit because that's insulting too. Don't say you don't see color. Baby girl, we black and beautiful here. All this melanin is popping. That's why we bright as shit. The fuck? Like, don't say you don't see color. I hate colorblind motherfuckers. Don't say that shit. That's insulting to us. But that's a whole nother story. But mainly, I'm glad there's people like Sam. We need people like you who say, look, what do I need to do to make sure we all good? We need people like that. What am I supposed to do to help y'all? Because what I see is making me uncomfortable. That's what we need. But you know what we get? Well, it's not all white people. No one fucking said it was all white people. A hit dog will fucking holler, won't they? That shit pisses me off. It's like, I don't know. I'm getting pissed off. All I want to say is, like, I appreciate when you say stuff like, I want to help y'all make a change, because we need everyone to make a change. But like I said, and I want to hit this home so fucking hard for y'all, because I can't sugarcoat this shit for you. I can't give you sweet words. Now I'm going into mode. I can't sugarcoat shit for you. I can't give you sweet words. I'm just going to give it to you as real. If you don't get this shit under wraps, you're going to see a lot of cops die. If y'all see those videos of those cops getting fucked up in those riots, where they're getting fucked up. Police officers running protesters over the cars. They pushing old people, pushing black women, but they won't push a white woman. That shit, they still doing this shit, even amongst all of that. And it's like, y'all keep telling us that cops, but it's like, where the fuck are they? You know what I saw? I saw all those cops standing in front of that man's house to protect him. But I thought he lost his fucking job. So why y'all over there? You letting your city fucking burn to protect this murderer. Really? Like, what? That don't make no fucking sense. I'm going to let y'all talk because now I'm getting heated.
Well, I want to say one thing. I'm going to just see, baby, I'm feeling you. And to me, it's not just people should stand up because, and I don't care how people feel about this. It is what it is. Government watches us all anyway. I feel like you owe black people. I'm going to go ahead and say it. Look the fuck around you, America. Look around you, Europe. Straight up. Half of your shit, if not more, the infrastructure for it was built by slaves. The streets that you drive on in your major cities, your big palaces, all of these things were not built by people who were getting paid, bro. The White House was not built by people who were getting paid, bro. America's wealth was not built by people who were getting paid, bro. Cotton was king, sugar was king, and people were not being paid doing that. Indentured servants from Ireland and Scotland, like y'all like to lie about, were not doing all of this stuff. It was people that were stolen, people that were being beaten, people that were being raped, little kids, 5-year-olds that were responsible for trying to pull out freaking 50 pounds of cotton a day so that they wouldn't get lashes. I don't think y'all hear me. And this is what America freed and gave no infrastructure to. And then during the Reconstruction, when we pulled ourselves up by the bootstraps that we didn't even have to have because we had no shoes, we had to literally build boots to pull ourselves up by the bootstraps. When we did that, you killed our leaders. You gave us black codes. You gave us Jim Crow. We finally got the right to vote. You took away black wealth. You killed our leaders again. COINTELPRO. Then you gave us crack. And now in 2020, by 2050, black household wealth is projected to be at 0. Think about that. 0. How is it possible when we made America great? You want to talk about making America great? America is a superpower because for years, hundreds of years, you did not have to pay anybody for all the wealth that you accumulated. You didn't have to pay anybody. You raped the women to make more slaves. You didn't have to pay for anything. You committed genocide on this land to steal it from people. You didn't have to pay for anything. And then when things finally got kind of okay and you had to pay, you came up with black codes. You came up with sharecropping. You came up with industrialized prison complexes. All of these things in the last 100 years. And then in 1965, we get the right to vote. So let's vote down ballot. Well, for 400 something years, we've been going through a whole lot of shit. So excuse me if I'm just so tired of getting bust over the goddamn head to vote down ballot, especially when it's not doing anything for me. Then the 90s hit and Clinton comes in. And we don't got to just deal with crack no more. We don't got to just deal with heroin no more. We got to deal with 3 strikes now. We got to deal with now all those black kids that were struggling in the first place. A whole generation of fathers are gone. After you took away a whole generation of grandfathers from COINTELPRO. And you do it over and over and over again. And now you're looking at these little motherfuckers wilding out and you wondering why? Oh, America, straight up. My generation, y'all had a chance with us. I don't know what the fuck you're going to do with these. And I don't even know. I ain't even mad at it. This is the problem that you created. America created this problem. Like, I want to be very clear. America created this problem for years and years and years. Y'all, like, I can teach a class. You want to talk about the last Great Depression? When black people had money in banks and the FDIC did not insure our banks, so we lost all of our wealth? While white people were lining up and getting at least fractions of their money back, all of our wealth was immediately wiped out? You want to talk about that? You want to talk about a race? How one generation after enslavement, we had Madam C.J. Walker, and here we are 3, 4, 5 generations after, and we're projected to hit 0 net worth. It is systematic. It is structural. If y'all want to do a whole web series on it, let's talk about it. Like, I'll sit down and write a Lady D freaking course so we can go through it. But America owes black people. Like that, I'm not going to keep, America owes black people. Over and over and over and over again, America has instituted systems and laws and societal norms that work against black people, no matter what they do. Meanwhile, using black people as an economic base for the expansion of the American empire. You would not have the powerful military you have today if you didn't have the money to pay for it. And the reason why you have the money to pay for it is because my great-great-grandmother was on a goddamn plantation picking cotton and being raped. The reason why you're able to pay for it is because you can pay black women $2 a motherfucking week in the 50s and the 60s to clean your house. This is the reason why America was able to continue to do what it was doing. And the equality building up through the 50s and the 60s. That's what's caused what's happening now. This is the backlash. We got too high, so they hit us with COINTELPRO. And now look. And it's happening over and over and over again. What America, I guess, has miscalculated, I guess, is that there's a lot more of us now. And it's not just black people. There's a lot more of us now that are willing to fight. And that's why you're seeing shit burn. And I think T-Baby is absolutely right about organization as well. America, you should be worried. I'm worried. I'm here in Atlanta. I hear the sirens. I'm not crazy. I live downtown. I hear the It's 2 o'clock in the morning. I have a baby girl and I hear the sirens. But at the same time, I recognize that my people have been at war for 400 years and no one is paying attention. I'm recognizing my people who have been at war for 400 years and no one is paying attention. We have casualties. We have mad casualties. Collateral damage. Drive through the neighborhoods. Drive down any street that's called MLK Boulevard. We've been at war. So sorry, America. I guess everybody's a nigga now, huh? Like, this is not our problem. That's how I feel. This is not our problem.
That's so true. That's why I love this girl, y'all. I love the shit out of this girl.
Are you real?
I'm coming down to Atlanta soon. It might be July or August, depending on how this shit ride out, but I'm making my way down there. I love that girl. Go ahead.
All right, I just want to share a little something. This ties into what the ladies were saying earlier, and it's a portion, it's a very small portion of a quote that is shown at the Holocaust Memorial Museum. So the first line, they came first for the communists, and I didn't speak up because I wasn't a communist. They came for the Jews, and I didn't speak up because I wasn't a Jew. Then they came for the trade unionists, and I didn't speak up because I wasn't in the trade. Then they came for the Catholics, and I didn't speak up because I was Protestant. Then they came for me, and no one else was left to speak up. We can't keep letting shit go. Again, like the ladies were saying, I don't condone the riots. I hate to see the loss of life that has already been lost and more that will be coming. I don't want to be here for that. But it's probably going to happen. It's unavoidable now, unfortunately. It's really unavoidable. And if people keep sticking their heads in the sand because it doesn't touch their lives or affect them in any way, it's going to get even worse and worse. Now it is, if there was ever a time, now is where you really want to try to not just contain anything. No, you need to actually go in and fix these things. And I realize you can't have a change like that overnight. It's going to take time, but you have to start. Now is the fucking time to start, because it's if you think things are bad now, dude, it's going to get so much worse. I am not a gun person, but I'm pretty sure I'm going to own at least one or two over the next couple of years. Hopefully, things stay well and I'll actually be around in the States because of more fucked up laws that have to do with immigration. So that's one thing that I'm dealing with. When you think about things about immigration, a lot of times it doesn't affect people, but when you have the administration in office that you do, and you're a person in my situation, you came into the country as a child. No, you weren't snuck in. Your parents came in legally as well. We didn't creep into anything. We came here on the plane. We got green cards, passports, everything right through New York immigration. And I am a permanent resident. That is stamped in my file. However, that status doesn't mean a whole lot anymore. So I actually am going to have to be in contact with an immigration lawyer to make sure that not only is my status okay for me to stay here now, but then that I can also progress and get my citizenship. Because for whatever reason, my mom never got it when I was a kid. So think about that. You see how bad it is with the things that are going on at the border. That doesn't just affect new people coming in. That affects people like me, innocent folks that really have nothing to do with nothing. But we're still caught up in that web. So if you don't know anyone that is touched by that, think about me next time you see something on the news. It's bad enough what we're seeing on the news, but there's also things that people don't see in the shape and form of why I'm here. So I'm just saying everything has repercussions, and the way things are going now, y'all, it's not pretty, and I am afraid. I ain't too big to tell you that. I am fucking terrified of having to leave this country.
No, don't.
I have to go back home, to go back to South America. If y'all think shit in the ghetto is bad here, go read up the shit that happens in third world countries, because that's where I'm from.
Take a moment, AK. Take a moment. And AK, I will go fucking broke to help you out. You are not by yourself. All you gotta do is say, I will fucking go broke to make sure that doesn't happen. Y'all hoes about to make me cry. I don't want to cry on stream, okay? But yeah, like this shit, little stuff affects people. Go ahead, I'm sorry.
This is why I wanted to have this conversation so that people can gain perspective. Because I think a lot of times you don't understand, you don't have perspective. And sometimes you say things thinking that you're being nice and you're being kind, but you don't really have a true perspective of why it is a person are the way that they are, why they carry themselves the way that they carry themselves, why they live the way that they live. Sometimes you just need a bit of perspective. And I think between the four of us, we are a broad spectrum. We don't hit every case, but we're kind of like a broad spectrum of what you will see here in the States. And one thing I would be remiss if I didn't also mention Breonna Taylor, who was killed in her home. She was in her couch sleeping, and two or three police officers came into her home using a no-knock warrant, which I've never heard of before.
Yeah, they have.
And shot this woman dead in her sleep. We have another woman, I think out of Texas, who was watching her nephew playing video games. A neighbor who was concerned because her door was open, because she left her door open because it was hot. So she was trying to let a breeze in, but he didn't know that. And he called the cops out of concern. And they showed up to that woman's home and shot her in front of her nephew. Perspective. Okay. What Lady D, T Baby, and AK has just shared with everybody is perspective. If you really want to make it, to educate yourself. Don't walk around being ignorant anymore. Choose from today. Choose as of today that you are going to make an effort to educate yourself. I'm not going to tell you to go and drown yourself in books and videos for hours and hours, but take the time to educate yourself. You shouldn't walk around ignorant.
Yeah, I want to how can I don't want to keep repeating myself. Because this is breaking my heart to see y'all cry like this. But I'm a G and I'm going to suck it up for all of us. But nah, I'm so thankful. I'm just so thankful I met you ladies. Y'all are so beautiful and bright and outstanding and amazing. And it makes no sense how, I'm just lucky because, they're my girls, and I get to know them on such a personal level. And I know y'all jealous because they my girls, you feel me? But they're so beautiful and bright and intelligent. The personality, I'm just gonna go down the road because even though it's so much hate, I'm just gonna give my ladies love because that's what I feel like doing. Beauty queen, my God, that girl is it's something about her. She's quiet and resilient, but she's so cool, down to earth. When I tell you that's my musical buddy, we're literally High School Musical walking around. Literally, she start dancing, I start singing. That's literally what we do. Y'all don't even see a dose of her personality because sometimes she can be reserved, but her personality is so big. Let me move to my girl AK because you was about to make me cry. I was this close to crying, okay? but I shut that shit down because I'm a G. AK is like, y'all already know, because AK is like, that's our girl, but that's everybody love AK. Where AK at? AK is always gonna make you laugh. AK always gonna make you think. AK always gonna like brighten the mood up. That's just how fucking vibrant you are. And I tell you this now, and I'm not even talking to just to seem like I'm a good person. I'm not even that fucking nice. I will literally go broke to help you. It's not even about, if it's something you need and I can give it to you, I will. And if I can't, I will fucking make a way. You are not in this by yourself, okay? I'm not going to even allow it. We are friends. I'm not even going to allow it. Let me get to my conspiracy twin over there, Miss Black Panther over there. When I tell y'all, y'all call her Professor D for a fucking reason. She was knighted by AK on that shit. Bright, intelligent, beautiful. I mean, y'all see it. Y'all see her personality. Y'all funny as fuck, okay? Be cracking me the fuck up all the time. When I tell you that she is such a beautiful spirit, and so, like, I dig her on such a level. I dig all these ladies on such a level. The fact that we still friends after all these years, y'all, we're not even in the same states, but it's like we all have to see each other at least once a year because we just so fucking cool with each other. I just love y'all ladies. Like, even amidst all of this fucked up shit in this world, one thing is I'm thankful that I got y'all and y'all got me. So I'm just thankful, even with all this fucked up shit in the world going on, I'm just so thankful I got these beautiful Black women that I can seriously call legitimate friends. Not know, oh yeah, we cool, we talking to anybody. No, like, I can talk to these ladies about personal shit. I can, like, literally, I was like, I need to walk. And beauty queen, like, get your ass up and go. 10 minutes, all you need. And I needed to hear that. You know, AK always seems to cheer me up whenever I need her. My twin always get me right. Like, these ladies get me right. I'm so thankful for them. So even though I'm going way off subject, I just feel like it's so much negativity and it's so much fucked up things. And I just want to say, fuck it. Let me just shout out the best thing about is that it's so fucked up that Black women are so underrated and belittled in this country. But what you're witnessing is just a small scope of how amazing Black women are. And you physically can see it. And I'm so thankful that I get to be a part of their lives. All right, ladies. I'm just going to let y'all have it.
Woo woo.
Really?
It was wonderful. That was like all Black girl magical. Yeah. Oh, it was wonderful.
Thank you for the compliments, T. I don't know that I deserved all of them, but I appreciate that. That is the energy that you see.
Shut it down. Shut it down. Shut it down. Take the compliment. Shut it down.
Right. Even if you
I did.
You're going to take these compliments and you're going to be like, thank you. You just go take them. No, it's okay if you don't see it. I see it. And I'm willing to say, you know what? It's okay if you don't see it. I see it. And I'm okay spreading it that you are an amazing person. And you don't deserve to be kicked out of this fucking country. And what type of person would I be if I ain't did shit? So like I said, off camera, whatever, if it's something you need, do not hesitate to ask me because I'm not going to look down on them and be like, all right, even if it's like, look, I got $50 I can give, that's it. I'll give it to you. I will give you my fucking, if it helps you stay in this country. So, I mean, we could talk about this offline. I don't want to put your business out there, but you're not in this alone. I refuse to let you be in this alone. So it's okay if you don't see what I see. I'll tell you all the time. Like, everyone in the chat will tell you. They love your ass. So, yeah, it's cool. I'll remind you when you forget, too.
I think that real talk, like, it is what it is. I know we only have 24 people watching right now, but if y'all want to see somebody get on a promo binge and start coming up with content that's monetized like a mother, let AK really be in trouble about to be kicked out this country. Listen, Listen, we about to start a twin channel. Lady D, all them old videos about to go up. They all getting commercials. Every single one. Y'all can't watch nothing for free no more. I'm sorry. No, we not educating nobody. It's not about that no more. We trying to save lives out here. Nope. Here's a commercial here every 3 seconds, and I expect y'all to watch them things, and I expect y'all to share them things, all that. We're going to take all of that money and give it to whoever lawyer to get whatever, like, we'll do what we have to do here. Like, I really do love these people. They're great people. And that makes me sad. And like this right here, though, what's happening to AK is another reason people are burning shit down. Like, I just want to throw that out there. Like, it's like another layer of inequality, because you have to understand that this is not happening to Russian immigrants. You have to understand that this is not happening to immigrants from Czechoslovakia. Like, please, that's all we're trying to.
No, it's very systematically. It's been publicized on the Latino Hispanic front. It's been publicized on that. But what folks haven't seen, because it's always done low key in the background in the shadows, is there's a lot of West Indian, African, Somalians that are going through the same damn thing. Mind you, some of them are people that have come over here as refugees. Again, like I said, we come here legally. Not everybody's sneaking in, but we're still not protected by laws that say we should be protected. And I'm saying it like that because it doesn't comprehend in my head. It doesn't make sense that that's the way it is. But that's the way it is. Unfortunately.
They changed the
rules. Wait. Hold on.
Oh, sorry.
Is that there? Oh,
I know Laz is in the chat.
My chat room wifey is in the chat. Love. I haven't seen her in forever. Like, we talk all the time, but I haven't seen her in the chat room in forever. So hugs, hon. Good to see you.
Yeah, they changed the immigration laws a long time ago. Like back when I was still in the Navy and I was helping people do their applications. It used to be when you first came into the country, you got your green card. It was on the green card itself. It said that you were a resident for life, meaning you never had to re-register yourself. You never had to do any of those things. And at any point or at any time, if you decided that you wanted to become a citizen, you can go in and just apply and say, I would like to be a citizen, right? But if you just wanted to maintain your resident alien status, you could do that. They gave you that choice, right? They gave you that choice. Then probably around the year, maybe around 2000, I want to say 2005, 2006, they changed that. And I think that was under Bush, where you had a time limit. So now you would have to redo your residency every 10 years. So your when you got your residency card, it was only good for 10 years. So it kind of like became like a passport, right? Because your passport, if you're an adult, your passport is only good for 10 years. So they did the same thing with your residency alien card. So now every 10 years, you have to go in, and now the process is even more rigorous in order for you to be able to maintain it and keep it. And of course, now with this current administration, it's even more difficult.
And it's all bad. All bad. Yeah, and my permanent resident card is one of those ones that permanent for life. There's no expiration date anywhere on there. I did not expect to have these worries. And I say, I put it a bit on my mom because, when I was a kid, she should have went ahead and gotten it, and then I would have had it automatically. However, I am very proud of my heritage. I like that I can say I'm from this lovely island type place over here. However, I guess that's just not safe anymore. I didn't plan on getting it because I still had my legal permanent status, but now I have to. Like, I really have no choice. I have to, and I mean, I'm gonna do it, but it's horrible that some folks have to be put into that position, and it should never be that way. I truly can't think of any logical reason as to why it should be that way. But I'm not an old white man with money, so I can't make the rules.
Lady D, does that mean you're gonna start uploading again? Because
Monero trying to push that shit.
I'm
See,
just
trying
saying,
to stick that in.
I would really love to see you do a show on. I think you would do very well because we lack knowledge, right? We lack, and there are a lot of, believe it or not, there is an audience of people who truly want to know, who are truly starving for the knowledge. And sometimes they just don't know how to go about it, or for whatever the lack of reason, they may be lazy to try to do it. And so you could kind of bridge that gap, and if it's something that you've ever considered, I would highly encourage you to do so. You would get you would get the views, you would get the support. I promise that. I promise. Just consider it. Just
delivery.
It would be some hiccups because YouTube ain't gonna want you to be great with the way their algorithm is, but you gonna have the audience to keep you fresh though. That's all we.
You are, but
you wanted to do it. You can do it.
It's your delivery. It is definitely your delivery. It always hits home. Like I be like, oh Lord, she about to hit us with some good shit, and then she be getting when she get the hands going. I'm like, she in mode now. It's like y'all better be. Y'all look, she about to hurt your feelings. You better stop. She be like, and boom, like, oh, you ain't know about this. Like that's a cute comment, and then flip it on you. Be like, which you didn't know. Professor D to y'all.
Professor Diligence is like the makeup of all. She's the makeup of all the mic drop memes. Every last one of them. Her.
Guys. Okay. All right. Thank you.
Look at her blush.
I'm not.
Look at her blush.
And in case you didn't know, so yes, cute. Black people blush too. Okay, we blush.
Okay, give me a second here. So
cute.
I think that I have thought about it and I do want to do it. So maybe I'll do like, I don't know, like maybe how should I do it? Like a live or a podcast? Maybe talk about this offline or something. We'll figure it out. And maybe I'll do a trial show.
Help with outline. Oh yeah, for sure.
Help me do it, guys. And then, because I wanted to do, and I mean, this isn't related to this, but I wanted to do a live overview of, because I never finished Grand Northern Conspiracy. So I was like, I wonder if they'll just help me go through it one day. Just piece by piece, we can do it.
Yeah.
Because you left this on a cliffhanger. You left us on a cliffhanger. We didn't forget about that. Y'all should be like, okay, Twin, I got to tell you about this. What do you think about this? And of course, knowing my personality, I'm like, why would she do this? I had shit to do today. And she's like, what do you think when they cross that river? I'm like, oh shit. Now I'm reading chapters. Then I'm digging myself into a deeper. I'm like, why am I following her? I just got out that bitch. That's how it's always. They hit me. I'm saying, no, I'm like, why would you tell me that? Of course, that's interesting. Now I'm gotta obsess over it. This is what these ladies do. The B is known for that.
Yo, chat room. What I want y'all to do is seriously put in the chat. If you want to get the continuation of that Grand Northern Conspiracy, if you want Lady D and T and me and Monero to go through all these rabbit holes of Westeros that we started to, but we never got to finish, put it in the chat room right now with a yes, and let us know so we can get the professor to get us on this shit because we're here for it.
I promise you.
But low key, I'm gonna have to read.
You're gonna enjoy the ride. I promise you're gonna enjoy the ride. You're going to. Listen. Come close.
Look at the chat. Yes, all across the board. All across the board.
That's what I'm
talking about. Let me see. Oh yeah, okay, we got some yeses.
All the thumbs up.
Use that voice though. Let me really hear it.
Every time that I tell you, and I'll be in the hangouts like, yo, the people is missing y'all, okay? I tell you all the time, the people have been missing the Black Wildling, all right? You can come do this shit.
Okay, all right. I didn't think anybody really cared like that, so I will.
Well, now you know, bitch. Now you know.
Because I feel like the world needs to know that I figured out what Wyman Mandalay was lying about, and I feel like it's important, and we need to talk about this, guys. We need to talk about this.
See, I want to know the shit now.
Of course.
Now I want to start a whole nother stream, and let's go down some rabbit holes right now.
We can't.
You see how she did that? I figured out why she was talking to him.
All the time. She started, right?
Look, you see what Santavia just said? Yeah, what you mean we don't care?
Because I didn't think, it was so long ago, right? And I had started the brand new still here so long, and it's like a bunch of million pieces. I started so long ago, and I never finished uploading. Like, you guys got to see more than the regular people because the G-Docs and stuff, and like talking to you guys. But for the other people, like, it's just random videos every here and there. So I didn't really think anybody was trying to figure it out.
Well, now you know, and we are in the rabbit holes waiting for you.
Okay.
Martin has not written a book since 2011, and we still talking about that shit. Yes. Girl, we want to know what you know. Okay. Don't be tight. I think you saw how easily this is the shit she got her. I think I know why she was talking to that girl. What? Why would you just say that? Everybody, they not even think that bomb,
and then she gonna go disappear for like 6 months.
Look, we would. And y'all, we can schedule it when y'all ready to go through. We can go through it. Like, I don't want to. I could say, but if I say it now, then that's gonna put us down the rabbit holes. I was trying not to. So anyway, we can schedule another stream now that I know you guys want to go through it. But yeah,
so you see what Sam just said in the chat. Sam said this needs to be a whole nother stream, 4+ hours, please. And we can easily fill that. Easily, we've done it before.
We can easily fill that. So yeah, like that's definitely doable because of coronavirus. Like,
So I need everybody to stay tuned. If you haven't already, in the description box is all of our YouTube channels. Make sure you go down if you haven't already and subscribed. Hit the notification bell. So the next time when Lady D is getting ready to, drop them bombs, right? You get notified, and that way you can go and enjoy the content. I promise you. If you haven't just watch one video. I promise you won't stop at one. Just watch one.
It's like Pringles. You can't eat just one.
Okay? Just watch one. I promise you. The stuff
like you think Like, you think the Grand Northern conspiracy is cool, but that's not the only thing. Like, the whole dragon genetics shit, she broke that shit down. The children of the forest, she broke that shit down. Like, I'm telling y'all, this shit's legit. And then the shit that pisses me off is that you be having shit to do, and then you see it and you be like, I need to read these chapters. Like, where'd she get this from? Like, and then you read it, you be like, damn it, if she ain't right, they did talk in that forest. How you catch that shit? Talking about, one time we was talking about how no one peeped that a big ass dire wolf going down to Skagos, and we was like, oh, I'm telling you, she would have me up
like, there's
at
no
2
way.
in the morning talking about that. I'm like, I can't sleep because I'm like, someone had to see him, and then we break it down like, well, that dude knew that Brand was there, so how maybe he peeped him over here and then sent him that way. You see why we call conspiracy twins? Because we keep doing that.
There's a reason I gave them that name. There's a reason I gave them that name, because of this shit right here.
Because we got the strings. Like, if we were in one room, we'd be like that guy with like the whiteboard and all the red strings.
Right, look,
you would definitely be the wire.
Trying to explain everything.
I don't know how many times I start talking about Game of Thrones and getting into my theory, and then I catch myself, and I'm like, oh God, I look crazy. You don't understand what happened. I be catching myself, but they be pulling it out of me, and I be like, you know what? And then Beauty Queen, she be like, all right, now that's a plausible thing, but we don't know. I'm like, yeah, you're right. You gotta keep me down, because I'll let a theory go and won't come out. Just be like, you know what? I live here now. This is home. I love y'all. And it's not that, y'all know, as hype as I am about B doing these videos, I still want that expanse shit. Like, I'm not letting my foot off of Beauty Queen. We gotta be on her. I shouldn't say get her foot off her neck. That's so insensitive. But I will say that definitely we gotta make sure that Beauty Queen stay on that, because I definitely want to talk some expanse shit. Because like,
schedule. We need to sit down and do a schedule, y'all. We'll schedule out Grand Northern Ambitions and Expanse.
Yeah,
sure.
Yeah, bet. Just say win.
I'm here for it.
Say win. Yeah.
Thank you, definitely. Catherine. And shout out to Miss Chronal that is in the chat. I know I haven't seen her in a little while because life be hitting. The streams, life don't stop for the streams. So I'm really glad to see you here. And I don't know why I have that weird purple tint. Honestly, I just turned my light off, and I think it's just the camera that's making it look weird. Because now, with the light, I'm back to regular, but in the dark, I'm purple. I don't know why. Nope. I like it. I have no idea why it happened.
It's a vibe. It's a whole vibe. And shout out to Sam, because Sam over here talking about feeders. Cool.
Hey, you know what? Okay, hold on. Let me put something out into the ether, just because Aaron Water had me thinking about it last night. If Sam, if things do go down for Ice and FireCon and we can go, hit me up and we'll arrange. I need actual vehicle to get me there though, y'all. So if somebody wants to swing by Columbus, Sam or someone else that's coming from somewhere and swoop me up on the way, that'd be cool. It'd be a bowl of curry in it for you if you want, and some gas money.
Oh, that curry ain't no joke. That curry ain't no joke. But yeah, we all gotta make it to another con.
Breaking news, y'all. Just one, I would love to make it to a con finally, but I just gotta be honest with y'all. I don't think it's happening this year. We ain't got no treatment. We ain't got no vaccination.
Yeah.
All you need is one motherfucker to call.
That's why I said if.
So I don't think that's gonna happen. But breaking news: President Trump is saying that he will designate Antifa as a terrorist organization.
What? Educate me. What is Antifa? Again, I'm sorry.
Not white nationalists, the leftist anti-fascist organization. They are the ones who showed up to Charlottesville when the white nationalists were like, cool, we're going to bust heads because we're racist. Antifa was like, cool, we're going to bust heads because we're not racist. So who's ready to go? And that's why you're seeing all the ass whoopings that you're seeing today. No one's just walking around marching and saying, oh, we shall overcome. Nah, because Antifa and the crazy, generation has gotten together and has decided to fight back. So now he's declaring one half of it as a terrorist organization. Much like how, and check your history, folks, Martin Luther King was declared a terrorist.
Your man is literally too stupid to realize he's dumb. He is literally too stupid to realize he's dumb. The shit that he says, I'm like people that vote for him, do you feel like, damn, I'm dumb? Why did I vote this in here? I'm just curious.
It's not even so much the people that voted for him. It's the people that didn't vote. It's not even so much the people that did vote. It's the people that didn't vote. Because they hated Hillary Clinton so much, they probably figured, oh, she's gonna win anyway.
She would have been better than this. I'm not a big Hillary Clinton fan either, but if I did, have the option to vote. And again, that's why I said, don't squander y'all's choice. Y'all's permanent residents can't vote. So think about that shit. If I could have, though, the vote would have gone to her, because we should not have this nonsense in the fucking White House right now. It's so stupid. And that just made my head hurt.
Unfortunately, I feel like they wasn't going to vote for a woman anyway. We were lucky to get a black president. They were pushing. Yeah, we still impressed.
They did come out and say that it was a bunch of Karens that voted for Trump anyway. So
it was. They the same motherfuckers that was in there defending him for saying grab him by the pussy. Yeah. Yet another,
like I said, too stupid to realize he's dumb. And then he said like if they start looting, we start shooting. He has Twitter fingers. Like he's literally the type that will pop off because he know people gonna be in front of him. But if you get in his face, then all of a sudden he's scary. Like I don't take this man serious at all. It's like you're a joke.
You heard about the executive order that he signed against Twitter, right? So Twitter.
I saw him crying about that shit because Twitter said, y'all, please fact check what this idiot is saying. And now he in his feelings about it. Like, come on, bro. You ain't gonna do shit. It was just so absurd. So absurd. I've never seen a whinier person ever. Like children act more mature than this guy.
Listen, just educate. If I don't say, and if you don't learn anything else, go back and rewatch this video, especially, you know what I mean, where Lady D breaks down a lot of the history. Okay, educate yourself, learn.
Pause. Sam is saying that my comments are getting held for review, so they can't.
Because Monero, you got a mod, Lady D.
Yeah, I've been dropping knowledge and links and.
We've been approving them every time they come through.
Okay,
but it's because you
they'll flag it if you curse or if you put a link, then it instantly gets held up until someone just says show or hide.
Yeah, you just got to mod her and then that'll take care of it.
What? You're dropping links for the allies. They're not bad links. I didn't drop any bad links.
Yeah, they're not. No, they're not bad at all.
Come on, B. But yeah, I'm so glad that we had this convo, ladies. I'm glad that we were able to get everything off of our chest because, if we don't speak about it and just put it out there, it's just gonna fuck with us. I've been having trouble sleeping. I've been sad, and then I'm mad, and then I'm sad again, and I'm angry. It's it's exhausting. And then I'm lately finding myself sleeping and waking up every 30 minutes to an hour. Last night, for some reason, I just could not sleep. And I was seeing all these protests and things that were just going on. I'm just glad we got to talk about it, But I want to end this on a happier note. I'm just glad I got to stream with my ladies, all of them, So, and I'm glad that, I got to talk to my peoples in the chat. Y'all are a whole vibe in there. So,
yes, indeed. Thank y'all, everybody, for coming through. And also for, showing your maturity that while we do kiki and joke about a whole bunch of random shit, that we can come together and actually have a discussion. And, it thankfully wasn't no trolls or no random nonsense that usually tends to happen in discussions like this, but all y'all were here with us and going back and forth, and I really appreciated the conversation.
Yeah, because if y'all was on that bullshit, I was gonna be on that bullshit, so I'm glad we're not on that bullshit. Because I was I'm not trying to really offend anyone, but I still need to speak my truth and all of that. So I told her look, if I hear all lives matter in there, blue lives matter, or a fucking I stand by, I'm going to hurt your feelings, and I'm not gonna care. So I'm glad it didn't get there. I'm glad we had a cool conversation. I'm glad that we had open dialogue. People were comfortable speaking their truth. I mean, I almost cried. I kept it in, but I'm just so glad that this was a genuine, authentic conversation and that we got the shit off our chest, because when you keep that shit inside, it will fuck with you. So, and I know it feels freeing that y'all got that shit off your chest. I know it. So, you know what I'm saying? I'm all good for it. I'm now ready to talk expand. So, episode or two.
Well, then I'm glad I got the opportunity to get all of us together. It really did my heart good. I have to say, I feel a lot better. Mm-hmm. And I want to thank everybody in the chat who came in and who, I hope that this was also an opportunity for you guys to get it off of your chest too. And I hope all of us walk away today that we've learned something new that we didn't know before, because that is also very important. And hopefully from today forward, you will walk in that new knowledge that you have. I'm gonna wrap it up because we've been going on for almost 2 hours, and I don't want to drag it out.
Oh shit! It's 3 o'clock. Damn.
Yeah,
I have one thing to say.
everybody for coming through and
do
hanging
a
out
few
with us.
shadows.
Go ahead.
Hold on, Lady Diligence, do you? Then I'll do shout outs.
Just one thing, because I'm like going back and forth. Linda, don't worry about it. There's no need to be sorry. But I'm just gonna be real, right? We're talking about white allies and what you guys can do, right? So when there are situations where someone of color, where someone black is saying this thing is bad, this thing is happening, and then you offer up something that does not add to the conversation, but sort of just glazes over it, like us saying Black Lives Matter and you saying all lives matter, or us saying, well, white people are racist, and you saying, well, not all white people are racist, but knowing that, okay, well, this is what we're dealing with. So like in the frame of reference, this is what this is. All right. So by me saying this leftist organization, who has not been the cause of thousands of people dying over hundreds of years, is now being declared a terrorist organization, while the Ku Klux Klan has not yet been declared a terrorist organization here in the United States. By you saying all extremism is bad, that is what we call erasure. You understand? Because this left-wing extremism here in the United States would not exist if not for this hundreds of years of right-wing terrorism. The Ku Klux Klan has been burning, hanging, raping, murdering, kidnapping, and enslaving up to 1970. Yeah, Google that. Google enslavement 1970 New Orleans and blow your mind. Understand that Black people were still enslaved in America in 1970 because of these right-wing extremist groups, and they're still not being designated as terrorist groups. So it's not that it sounds bad. What I'm trying to get you to understand is that in allyship, people say things, all lives matter, blue lives matter, not all white people are bad, all these things. Yes, all of those things are true. The words are true, but the sentiment erases the point of what I just said. The sentiment erases the point of the call to action, which is Black Lives Matter, stop killing us, do something about it. White people are racist in mass. It is destroying our country. Do something about it. Antifa is being labeled as a terrorist organization while the Ku Klux Klan is responsible for thousands of Black deaths and is not. This is a problem. Erasing that is not good. And I hope I've been able to explain where I'm coming from in that. So it's not that you sounded bad or anything. It's just this is a prime example and a good way to illustrate. This is how you become an ally. Don't erase it. Don't offer that up. Both are bad. Who asked you if it was bad? I'm not trying to be rude, but seriously, I'm dealing with the fact that I'm looking at TV and I have a little girl and I'm afraid that I'm going to get shot walking down the street, or my husband, or any, you telling me that both are bad does nothing for me, because the Ku Klux Klan will string me up and rape me and my daughter and kill me. Antifa will protect me and my daughter. Do you understand? So it's just, I think you have to see where people are coming from, especially right now, if you're trying to get out. That's it.
That's facts. That's facts. Sure. All right. So let me scroll through the chat. So again, thank y'all for coming to hang with us and having this conversation with us. You know, we really appreciate it. Spots, Linda R, Santavia, Sam R09. Let's see, AU Pat Mule, Mrs. Chrono, Aaron Water, Phil H. I believe Ion Tron was in earlier. Zam. I think his name was Theo. Hadn't seen him in the chats before. Welcome, Theo. You had a bit of good conversation when you came in as well. Thank you for being here. Let's see how far it'll let me scroll up. Loving Shadow. Lob, it's always great to see you in the chats, man. I know we talk on Facebook, but I love actually seeing you in the chats. We miss you. Let's see. Samid was in earlier, and I haven't seen Samid in a while. Glad you were here too. And YouTube will not let me scroll all the way back to the beginning. So if I missed you, I apologize. Shout yourselves out in the comments after this and come back and look through, like Monero said, sub to all of us. The links are down there. And yeah, see, Lav, Monero's asking, book club. You know, we can get back on that anytime. Matter of fact, you know, I believe there's talk of the Expanse book being read. If you want to, you know, come through on that, that would be awesome. Johan just said, you know, I never comment, but thank you for this stream. Been watching all of you for many years. Lots of love. Thank you. Anita from the Netherlands. Thank you very much. See, I always appreciate the lurkers that be in there too. Because, and you know, that person's right. Not everyone always comments. But, you know, we see the numbers, we know you're there, and we appreciate that you would still come and listen to us and, you know, and discuss whether you choose to type a comment or not. We're always happy to have you here. Thank you. Yes, we should, Love.
As long as you have a good time, that's all that matters, you know, that you enjoyed yourself, that, you know, you got a nice little education, you know what I'm saying? We spoke about real topics. We had a breakdown once or twice, and then we chuckled and laughed together. We just got close as a unit just now. So bravo to us. But yeah, let's wrap it up.
Because we already tight. We just got a little bit. Oh.
Look, when these late night streams, especially that ginger ale talk, oh, I know we close, okay? We got to say for it as a unit, okay? I know we close,
I think we scared B on the last ginger ale chat. B, I'm sorry. Yeah. I didn't know that you weren't prepared for what ginger ale brings. You're muted.
I was not ready. I wasn't ready. That next one y'all saw I stayed away. I was like, let me check in on my phone. Hey y'all, like, bye. I can't. I don't know. I'm not talking about this. Not on international television. No. Y'all can't do that about me.
B is a mom now. She can't do that.
She like, I got a whole kid out here.
I'm not trying to be like Kim Kardashian, man. One day she don't have to explain something.
Well, I've gone ahead and made all the ginger ale chats private, so they're only up for 24 hours, and then because of that, because I had to be conscious of that, because there's probably some people who probably don't, you know what I mean, they have to be conscious about what they put out on the interwebs, because I don't know what kind of lives they lead now. I'm a retired military person. I don't got a job to go. I'm good. You know, the government got to pay me to sit on my behind for all that I did.
Not my life.
I earned that. But I gotta be conscious of all the other people who probably still have, you know, jobs to go to. And now, from what I've learned over the past few years, they check your social media.
Yeah, they big on doing that nowadays. That's true. That's true.
So just to be respectful of that, I'm gonna keep it private. I do want to put it in. I don't know. I haven't decided what I'm gonna do in the future. Probably in the future. I'm just gonna let y'all know right now that I'm probably going to have to do a membership where a lot of these types of things that I put out, you're going to have to pay to be a part of it. You know, just be prepared for that. And I'm not ashamed to do that. Everybody else is doing it. And, you know, other people don't give them a hard time about it. And so I'm doing it different. You know what I mean? And that's just you showing support for what I do and what these ladies do here. So, don't worry, the ginger ale is not going anywhere. Yeah. It's just probably going to be it's going to end up being different as time goes on. But they will. I'm not trying to take it away.
I mean, yeah, like Phil said, you could also do a Patreon, but it might be a bit easier to do a subscription for YouTube, just so someone doesn't have to go to another website. However, I'm not opposed to that though, Monero. I think looking in Patreon is a good thing as well. To pay OnlyFans. No, we ain't doing OnlyFans.
Shut up, fandom. Shut up. You're probably still on Omegle. You're probably still on Omegle.
He probably is.
You know what? I think we asked him that last time. He said he could neither confirm nor deny the validity of that statement. I remember us talking about that.
He a mess.
All right, everybody. I'm going to let the ladies sign off. and let them tell you, you know, if you can expect anything from them or where you can find them. T?
You know what I just said in my head? Don't expect shit from me, okay? I have no plans to make any type of videos. At best, you might get a stream out of me. Right now, my interest is in the expanse, so I blame all of y'all for that shit. But like Beauty Queen said, the links is down below. Subscribe if you want to. I got videos on there, but you know, I don't want to hype y'all and say, oh, you know, I got this coming out and I'm going to hit y'all with, nah, I'm not, okay? Don't expect shit because you ain't getting shit, okay? What you going to get is to see on your streams. I might be on Beauty Queen. I might be on Lady D's. I might be on AK. Don't expect shit. Listen, y'all. Don't expect shit from me, okay? Okay.
I'm here to tell y'all lies because me and her are going to be talking about trashy mangas. Yes, her and I.
Oh, I forgot.
We read trashy mangas, and we're proud of it.
Okay, I forgot all about. See, this is why I love her and she get me together because I forget. So I haven't really been watching TV shows because for some reason I've been reading trashy mangas. Not even really the good kind, you know, where it's like, ooh, this is a good. No, it is dumb stories, and it's like the girls are stupid yet smart. I'm not even gonna go there. It's the same story. Some of them are good. Usually when they get pregnant, they get deep. But other than that, it's the same. I don't know why, but I got addicted to like romance novels, mangas. But Beauty Queen up there with me. I forgot. We literally talked about that shit earlier today, and I forgot. So expect that shit, but don't expect it too soon, okay?
That's hilarious. This is good.
Okay, lady. Lady
Me?
D. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I am actively trying to see if I can get the ladies to even do like an hour with me today on Grand Northern Conspiracy. So you might get that if I can guilt trip anybody. But beyond that, Grand Northern Conspiracy and The Expanse, whenever we schedule those things, that should be coming. And then I am seriously considering on doing an American history course because I feel like apparently it's needed. So I'm thinking American history from Lady D. And we can just go through. Yeah, the egregiousness of America 101. But yeah, so hopefully all of that'll get scheduled out within the next month. So I guess you'll get the notification bell.
Go on, AK.
All right. So was I hearing right? You said something about talking Grand Northern Conspiracy like today, like later on today. Because I'm down for that, and I'm sure if you want to go ahead and get that stream popping, the people would also be down for that as well. But I need to eat before we do anything. I didn't even notice we have been on here for a grip. It is almost 3:30 in the afternoon, and y'all know that's not common because you know breakfast is what I do, and I'm hungry. So thank y'all for coming out, and thank y'all for hanging with us. It's always good. I'm so happy that I'm here with my ladies again. Seriously, it always just does my heart good. You know, I bounce on everybody's streams, but this is my core. This is my heart right here. So I'm really glad that we were able to sit here and have this conversation. You know, we got into the serious bits, but again, you know, we YouTube family out here, so we also had some chuckles along the way too. So I'm glad we were able to still, you know, we started on a light note, then got to the serious, and now we're ending on a light note. And I really appreciate that we can do that as a fandom community here. So Monero, thanks for hosting and having us on for this conversation.
I'm so stupid. Thanks, Sam, because I literally was talking and didn't realize I was on mute. So retarded right now. Somebody take my computer and send me home. So sad, yo. I'm slow as shit sometimes. Y'all be like, ooh, T smart as shit. She doesn't. Why she do that slow shit just now? You gotta take all sides with me, y'all. All sides. I love y'all.
All right. That's about wraps it up for us. And I guess we'll catch y'all in the next stream. Thanks again for joining us. Subscribe. Okay, all of our channels are in the description box. And even the book club peeps, I have them down there. Make sure you subscribe, check everybody out. The links are in the description box. And also, if you happen to want to rewatch it, or if you're rewatching this later after the stream is over, please, I invite you to put your comments down. Just be very respectful in your comments. And then I'll respond to them when I can. Again, thanks again for hanging out with us, and we'll catch you all in the next stream. Bye.
Bye-bye. Y'all better be respectful, though. Shit. Hurt your feelings.